Alright, this is a very similar story to the gas trap, except that this hasn't been in the game as long, so you don't have to be so mad at me for waiting so long to make a video on this. But today we're going to talk about the broadside. This is, well, pretty much an identical build to the gas trap and most weapons in the entire game. You want crit rating, crit damage, reload speed, and then heals attached. I'll explain in a second. So, first off, you can't change physical, leave that alone. Second, crit rating crit damage is usually I'm on the fence with crit rating crit damage versus damage and fire rate, or just, blanket damage for the consistency. For the broadside, I don't care. This thing shoots 5 cannonballs that bounce against the walls over and over and over, hitting the enemy sometimes 5, 6, 7 different times for each cannonball. You have more than enough opportunities to hit crits with this weapon, so crit rating crit damage is absolutely the way to go. As far as I'm aware, we went damage here because you can't actually get another crit damage perk, and you don't want crit rating on this because diminishing returns kicks in pretty hard. You're going to need reload speed just to keep it firing, because I believe this thing has, I don't know what the base... This thing has a base 12-second reload speed, which is a huge amount of time to wait in between shots, and it has a 1-second arming delay. If we didn't cost us so much to get a second reload speed on this, I would recommend it, but there isn't another spot to put crit damage on this, so we need to stick with only 1 reload speed. If we could, I would recommend reload, crit rating, crit damage, because, like I said, a 9.5-second downtime between shots is huge, but it makes up for it with the absolutely staggering amount of damage when it does fire. And then heals attached is my personal preference. You might want to do durability if you're running, say, war games or an extended endurance. Durability would probably, obviously, make it last longer. And heals attached building kind of gets covered by any constructor build you might be running in a situation like that. But for all-around use case, I prefer this because in a normal mission, you're not going to use up 36 durability. And if a propane goes off, because we all have that one friend, you're going to want heals attached building just to keep things working. Other than that, the broadside is right next to the gas trap, is I would say side and side the most powerful trap in the game. I think the gas trap has much more coverage because it doesn't have such a long downtime in between reloads. But the broadside goes on the wall, so you can always use both. So if it's going to come down to a normal tunnel where you only have a small stretch of space, gas trap is by far what I go with normally. But if I want to spare the expense, the broadside is definitely the next trap I'm putting in there right next to the floor spike. So absolutely a beastly trap, one of the top tier traps in the game. Best wall trap in my opinion for damage. You should definitely pick it up. And the key note here is to always make sure that there's a wall for it to bounce against. Don't be that guy sending cannonballs right off the side of the map. If there isn't something for it to bounce back and forth and get those extra hits in, it's probably not worth placing. And if you're going off the map anyway, you should probably consider a wall launcher. That being said, it's an amazing trap. You should go use it. Perk it just like I've showed you here. Thanks for watching, and goodbye. Oh, if you haven't seen my gas trap video, you should probably watch that too.